You ready?
All right, buddy.
So guys, Joe from the Casual Connoisseurs.
Zach here.
We have a couple special guests with us today. We'll go ahead and put those in front of the camera for you. So I'm holding Pliny the Elder by Russian River from California.
I've got Heady Topper, the alchemist from Vermont.
So these are two of the most popular IPAs in the world.
Yeah.
And we're going to go ahead and kind of compare and contrast the two. I'm going to start out by opening mine. And Zach, you want to send us off and maybe... Whew. There we go. All right, guys. I'm going to go ahead and pour this for you. There we go.
Cheers.
You already ready?
Yeah.
All right, cheers, bud. Pliny the Elder.
Heady Topper.
Heady Topper.
Yeah.
Let me go one more there. So I'm going to start out and say that this is a lot different than we had it on tap a couple months ago.
Yep.
A bit different. And I will say the bottle date on this is March 19th, and it is currently May 1st. So to some, that may seem like this thing is ancient.
Mm-hmm.
To me, I was still excited to get it in a bottle. I've never had it in a bottle. But you can immediately tell that it's Pliny the Elder. But with one caveat, it's clearly missing kind of some of the hop bite.
Yeah, the hops have diminished over the month.
Yeah.
Month and a half.
How's the Heady's probably a bit fresher.
Yeah, the Heady's great. The one thing that I can think of every time that I've had Heady is it's a dirty IPA.
Yeah, this thing's real clean.
Yeah.
This thing's real clean. I don't know if the camera's going to get that at all, and clearly it's not going to get it out of the can.
Because it says drink from the can.
So
literally on it.
We've discussed this before. Pliny the Elder is kind of the suit and tie of IPAs. Like, it's classy, it's very refined, it's extremely balanced. If I were to say one thing that is kind of negating my experience with it right now would be the fact that it's not super fresh, but it is a very clean looking and tasting IPA.
Oh yeah. This is explosive. That's the best phrase that you can use for this drink. It's explosive with all the flavors that you didn't even expect would be in there. Peach. I didn't know I was going to taste peach. That was one of the weirdest things that stood out to me.
Huh.
And I mean, of course, it's incredibly hoppy. Outstandingly hoppy.
So we just got into home brewing recently, and we were looking at a clone recipe for Heady Topper, and the hop bill alone for a 5-gallon batch was like $150.
Yeah, nope. It's not going to be.
So we haven't quite jumped into that. Once we get a little bit more confident and we realize that we'll be able to deal with a crazy hop schedule like that, then maybe we'll give it a shot. But
yeah, I'm all about it.
I mean, it's like an indexed list of hops. I mean, you could have like an appendix and like, you know, all kinds of encyclopedia terms that I can't really remember what mean.
No.
For the hops.
Just for the hops.
Just for the hops.
And I mean, it pays off. I mean, it obviously pays off. I mean, the Alchemist is the highest rated beer. Yeah.
That's the East Coast IPA.
That is the
East Coast.
That is what everyone wants.
Is Vermont on the coast? Anyone? I don't know. But, you know, Pliny the Elder is the West Coast IPA. It's the one that you equate to the perfect West Coast style.
Yeah.
And I mean, even on one that's a bit older than a lot of people would recommend trying to find, it's just extremely balanced. It's perfect. It's the West Coast IPA.
Yeah, there's nothing you can argue about Pliny outside of the fact that you're not going to get like that tongue wrenching hop goodness. You're not gonna.
Some people say it's too balanced. Actually,
Yeah, I mean,
that's a
that's what
common complaint is that it's too balanced.
And that's what this does very well. Is you're gonna get like
Curveballs.
yeah,
That's right.
each time I'm drinking, I'm tasting something different, which
Yeah.
is something I enjoy. Some of these flavors, I have no freaking clue what that flavor is.
Yeah.
That was new.
Roasted chestnut with a hint of aged barley,
Canned
Gouda cheese, if you will.
aluminum can flavor.
So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and finish this beer slowly because it tastes amazing, and we're gonna go ahead and kind of switch places. And I'm going to pour. I know that a lot of people are gonna frown on this. I'm gonna pour some of that Heady Topper into my glass. The can says drink from the can, but I don't really trust Zach and where he's been in his day, so I'm gonna go ahead and pour some
Fair enough. I don't know where.
into my glass once I finish, and obviously rinse it out.
Yeah.
And then we'll kind of go with how we feel about the opposite, and
We'll do a reverse. Yep.
yeah. So we'll see you in a minute.
Well, now we've switched places, and I have Pliny, and you have Heady, and the coolest, tiniest snifter I've ever seen.
So the first thing I noticed after seeing both of these in a glass is that this thing is cloudy. You know, it is. I mean, the camera's not going to catch that, but this you cannot see through this at all.
Now I can see you guys
Yeah.
right now. No, I can't. But it's. Let's just taste it.
Let's taste it.
Yeah, whatever works.
Do one more.
Mmm. Oh man.
Yeah. So the Heady.
Oh man.
The Heady is a bit more in your face.
Potent.
Is it?
That's the word. Potent. Potent? Potent? I don't know.
Potent potables.
It's. This is so. Oh, it's just like. It's like a blanket of. It just like blankets my palate, and it's so generous, but so easy. That sip that I just had was the first one since we had it on tap in Philly, and I don't necessarily remember specifically the flavor differences between the tap and this, since it was 3-4 months ago. But I do remember the fact that it was so. I wouldn't hesitate to say that I personally could session Pliny, like
8%. Both of these beers are about 8%. I think Heady might be 8 and something, but
it smells so good, and it tastes so good.
this thing so my palate is not neutral after drinking Pliny, clearly, but it's like I get a lot of grapefruit. Like I'm saying, like it's like a grapefruit was just squeezed. It's not. It's so. I love grapefruit sculpin, as do you.
Oh,
We
yeah.
both love sculpin, and they, whatever it might be, Galaxy hops or something like that gives it a very grapefruit taste.
Mm-hmm.
This just feels like
Citra.
yeah, but this just feels like there was grapefruit like squeezed into it at can time, which is. It's not something I noticed the first time I had it, but coming from something that's a bit more balanced, a bit cleaner, like the Pliny, that's the first thing that comes to my mind. And it's amazing because I love grapefruit taste.
Yeah, but I don't know, man. It was funny because I was so leaning towards Heady when I had the Heady can in my hand and I was drinking it, and I was like, I'm more excited about this. I know Pliny, you've already said it's kind of the flavors are diminished, and I'm going to look at it as like,
I didn't undersell it.
I'm going to pinky up it.
I undersold the Pliny a little bit, but did it over-deliver?
Oh, yeah. I mean, it
So, guys, real quick,
was good.
I did want to say this.
It is
We're
good.
from Northern Virginia, and so neither of these beers are available to us.
No.
We had to go through some
Trading.
Some trading, yeah, and it actually worked out pretty well because we have a very good beer local to us on the Wings of Armageddon by DC Brow. If you guys haven't had it and you can get it, I highly recommend it. If you have Pliny and you want on the Wings of Armageddon, let us know in the comments. But long story short, we were able to acquire both of these beers, and so it's kind of a privilege for us to be able to even talk about it.
And have them together in the same room.
It's pretty rare. I mean, because they're like, it's polar opposites. One's the East Coast, one's the West Coast.
Oh, yeah.
So
Is Vermont on the coast?
It's close enough. It's closer to the East Coast than like Kansas, right? So it must be the East Coast. So I did want to, of your two, what's your preference?
Oh, Pliny.
Is it?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And I was gonna defend Heady till my dying breath, like until I had that sip again, and I just realized, holy shit, how good Pliny the Elder is.
Oddly, going into this video,
It smells like Philadelphia to me where we had it.
going into this video, I think that I thought that I was going to go with Pliny and he was going to go with Heady Topper, and I'm gonna go with Heady today. So there was kind of a change up there a little bit on both of our parts, but it's just that grapefruit that's in my face, and it's just
enough.
It's just loud. It's more than just enough.
Oh yeah,
I mean,
it's overpowering.
But I love it. And,
But you have such a dynamic flavor with that though.
I get that. But you know, it's about to be summer. The grapefruit, the citrus.
The door is open in Virginia,
door
which is
is
very
open.
not rare.
It's
That's
like
very rare.
almost not winter, and it's kind of blending together with everything right now, and it's just working for me. So I'm gonna go with Heady. He's gonna go with Pliny.
Both of these are what, 100 on BA?
Yeah, they're the highest rated IPAs in the world. You know, there are a couple that compete, but in terms of sheer volume of reviews,
and word of mouth, these two beers are unrivaled.
for being a hyped up beer, though, they're worth the hype. I'll say that. I mean, in my opinion, for how vocal people are about these beers, I think that they're worthy of the hype.
I'm gonna get flagged and I'm gonna get just put up on a cross for this one, but I still Deschutes fresh squeezed.
He likes Deschutes fresh squeezed. Actually, we're probably gonna have our next video. We're gonna call these IPA talk when we talk about IPAs. Our next might be fresh squeezed versus grapefruit sculpin.
I'd love that. Yeah.
I think that would be a good set of beers to kind of compare and contrast.
And following that, we'll be doing 6-pack pickups. 6-pack pickups is just going to be, both of us are going to go pick up a 6-pack, build your own, whether it be at our local grocery store.
And the rule is we've never had any of the 6 before.
And we're going to take snifters that size, fill them up, line them up, try them in a blind tasting, and see which ones we like the most.
Yeah, so until next time, guys, we appreciate you watching. This is IPA Talk with the Casual Connoisseurs, Heady Topper,
Pliny the Elder.
Hope you guys enjoy.